Na na na, come on. I like it. Na na na, come on. I like it. Na 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 na, come on. I like it.
How are we introing this bad boy?
The Rihanna song. What a fucking game. Oh my God. I didn't even care who. Well, I mean, I don't care about the Eagles, but I'm glad the Pats lost. Anybody but the Pats.
You're a Dolphins guy, so like, at least the Eagles are an animal.
Yeah, I mean, we're in the same group here. We're in the animal kingdom, unlike those Patriots. No, I don't know. That fucking. You see the 2-point conversion play? The direct snap to the halfback, toss it over to Big Dick Mick Foles.
Yes.
Saves the day again.
Yes, that was fucking beautiful.
Oh my God. There was just so many, like, that was an instant classic, no doubt. Like, it was close the whole way through. There were a number of great plays. My favorite thing from the whole game, though, that play I just described to you, about 5 minutes before that, the Pats tried something similar with a pass to Tom Brady.
He's too fucking slow,
and he was like 2 strides too slow. Like, just touched his hand. He had no chance of really catching it.
I've never met a human being who isn't 1,000 pounds that runs as slow as Tom Brady.
Yeah, man. It's almost like watching, like, if you remember Peyton Manning trying to move, and Peyton was like, fuck. Well, I guess they're about the same age, really. It's just Peyton looks like an old man.
If you watch Tom Brady, you're like, why are we watching this slow motion replay of the guy missing the ball? You're like, oh no, this is real time. It's not slow at all. Everybody else is moving at normal speed, and he's just like, no.
He doesn't run. He doesn't have to.
Yeah, but you still think that you'd be good at it. You think about how much better he would be if he could run like fucking Vic or something.
Yeah,
You know
but
what I mean?
they wouldn't want him to run. He's pretty boy Tom Brady.
Yeah, so keep him like that. But in the odd chance, like there was that other play where he couldn't pass it and then he tried to run it. And
I just don't understand the play call. Like, I don't knock Tom Brady for not being that fast, whatever. But why would you just what was the thought behind that? That's gonna stick in my memory forever. That was such a good moment.
And then I don't know. I thought that they were gonna win it right up until that sack with 2:22 left or something like that. 2:21 left on the clock.
Yeah, and then they got the
spike.
And
he got sacked, and the only fucking fumble. Was it the only fumble or the only sack or both?
I think it was the only sack at that point. I don't remember now. I don't remember. But they got one interception.
The whole game. Yeah, the whole game. Yeah, they got that interception. They did get that interception. They threw. Tom Brady didn't throw any interceptions, I don't think, but he was sacked and fumbled it once.
Yeah,
I think the Patriots fumbled once, and it was that same play.
Yeah,
with 2 minutes and 21 seconds left.
Just a beautiful ending.
Of all the time, you could have done that in the first quarter, and it not have meant anything. But like you're like, oh, we need this touchdown. So
man, I also love that a team that hasn't won before won it, and in a major city like Philly, like that's gonna be, I can't wait to watch the parade and stuff like that. Like they've been waiting so long for that. They deserve it. Pats can go fuck themselves. The dynasty's over. I'm calling it now. No more Super Bowls for the next 10 years.
No, because Tom Brady's playing next year.
Okay.
So they might make the Super Bowl again next year.
Yeah, they might.
And then if he wins, then he'll retire.
Look, man, I'm trying to make a bold prediction here, and you're just...
That's a terrible bold
You're
prediction.
undercutting me.
So you would actually... So you watch parades? You watch parades?
Well, I mean, I don't watch the whole thing, but I mean, I'll watch the newscast about it, sure. See what, you know what I mean? See the speeches at the end.
Do you watch, like, Santa Claus parades as well? Or?
That's my favorite kind of parade. I'm at the front of that parade. What are you talking about?
Gay pride is his favorite to jerk off to. But
yeah, I don't go in the parade. I just stand on the side.
You can't jerk off to, like, the regular parade because there's usually a lot of kids involved.
Yeah.
And they judge you. But if you go to the gay pride parade and you jerk off, nobody...
What are they going to do?
You what? You fucking homophobe?
Yeah. I'm proud of how gay I am right now. Just jerking off into the street.
You arrested me because I'm gay? Are you fag shaming? That's not cool.
You can get away with so much shit.
It's 2018. You can't do that. You can't do that.
Handmade streamer.
Well, you said that you hate the halftime show.
Yeah, I didn't even watch it. I haven't watched it. The last time I watched it was Katy Perry, and I think that was 3 or 4 years ago.
That was the Patriots as well, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I
can't remember now.
Marshawn Lynch should have gave it to Lynch.
Oh man, my friend had the best line about that. It's totally unrelated, but the last play there, you had 2 chances to get it in the pussy, and you went and stuck it in the asshole and ruined the whole night. I thought that was perfect summary.
I loved that game too, because if they had given it to Lynch, they would have got the touchdown
easily.
They would have won the game.
Even if they didn't.
But instead, they threw a pass, which wound up being an interception.
Yeah, to some guy nobody's ever heard of, too. Malcolm Butler.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Some random guy intercepts it, and you're like, fuck.
Yeah.
We just lost.
And there's a clip of right after Marshawn Lynch is on the sideline. He wasn't even on the field. And him and Pete Carroll cross paths. Pete Carroll won't even look at him. He won't even make eye contact.
Did you watch, you ever watch The League?
No, but a lot of people tell me
you've never watched
Jean
The
LaJoie's
League?
in it, and
You're
also that
Jean LaJoie,
Scuzzy Brown guy. What's his name?
Oh yeah, I know. I forget his name, but
he always plays just like a demented asshole.
And fucking what's his face? Nick Duplass is in it.
Oh, is he?
Is his name Nick?
Yeah, Duplass.
Is it Nick?
I think so.
That sounds wrong now. Maybe it's Tom.
I'm not good with celebrity names in the first place.
Duplass, Mark.
Yeah.
I don't know his first name.
This is a great podcast.
He does those movies, those horror movies that he does. Anyways, he's in it as well, and that dude who lied about being in the Twin Towers is in it. That fucking comedian, he was in Roast Battle as well. He sucked terribly.
Oh, I don't know about that guy.
Anyways, you never watched The League? The first episode after that Super Bowl,
yeah,
Marshawn Lynch was in it.
Nice.
Well, that about wraps up Taco Corp's annual board meeting. All in favor, say aye.
Yes, Lord.
All right, Marshawn. I'd like to thank the board.
Cheers to Taco Corp.
Cheers. Well, as you know, Taco Corp had a record year, so I'm going to be paying you your dividend in Skittles.
Come on, man. You know that's my thing, right, bro?
No, I had no idea. That's how I pay everyone.
What?
Taco, if you're done with your meeting, can I have a beer, please?
Yeah, sure. Ooh, last one.
Just hand it to me, and I'll run it over to him.
Nah, I'll toss it to him.
Just hand it to me. No need to throw it, man. Come on.
No, it's really easy. I'll just throw it to him. He'll catch it.
Come on, man. We so close. I could run it over. It's just right here.
I just want a beer.
Come on, man. I can sleepwalk that thing to him, but come on, man.
All right. I think I'm going to throw it. What's the worst that could happen?
What? Catch! What? No, Taco! Oh!
Whoa.
Ah! 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 Fire! I'm burning! Help! Ah!
That's why you run it.
I'm burning! Oh! Oh! Fire!
Still think it was the right call.
Fire!
Oh, that's great, man.
Oh fuck!
Classic Super Bowls.
I love the halftime show though. I mean I don't love the halftime show. The first time I ever jerked off though was Janet Jackson.
Well,
right?
that makes sense.
And that was what 2004.
Give or
So
take.
like that's 13-year-old Matt, 12-year-old, almost 13-year-old
to
Matt.
one boob, not even a whole boob.
And then that's back in the dial-up day too. So it was like this. You had to zoom in on it, pixelated, and then Windows Media Player made a little video.
Yeah,
and it's just a long
buffering.
Long still video of that shot. I didn't even care about that, but I liked the song, that JT song.
Oh yeah,
You need that because that JT song is way better than like old school porno music.
definitely.
So you have that and just one pixelated tit, and then that's the, and then
That's
so
like the shortest porn.
so then that was a while ago, and then this was what Justin Timberlake's first time back since then.
I would say
And I remember people were like, "Oh, I wonder if he's going to bring Janet Jackson back."
everybody was
I
saying
fucking
that.
hope not. Are you kidding me? She's like 107 now. Nobody wants to see her tits.
Yeah, well, I mean,
If he did that
I
again,
would.
you know what I mean? I don't. It'd be like this saggy looking. It looked like my
she's
balls.
a
with
celebrity. They'll just be fake.
It would look like a giant fucking ball sack with like a nipple on it, a little star clamp on it.
Oh Jesus! No, I beg to differ. She lives in L.A. She's a celebrity. Her tits are gonna be fine. I'll look at them again.
I'll
I don't
be
care.
honest. I would rather
I'd look at Cher's tits.
I would
She's gonna
rather
be like what 80?
I would rather see Michael Jackson's tits right now. Like fucking corpsed up Michael Jackson. Fucking wheel him out on the stage. his shriveled
I'm
up.
pretty sure he would want you to see his nipples too.
Shriveled up body and just fucking pull his tit out. They did play.
He's dead, man. You want to see a dead guy's nips? I don't know.
They did play during the halftime show, and when JT was playing, they had this like banner, and it was like a projection of Prince.
Really?
Yeah, and I was like, it would have just been better if that was Michael Jackson, and then he just like popped his tit out.
Yeah.
Just, Janet Jackson couldn't make it, so we improvised.
We got Prince, Michael Jackson, and Justin Timberlake. I don't know why. But it seems like it'll be a good show.
Well, Prince just has that similar look to MJ, just that weird,
he's just
weird,
a feminine
fruity,
man.
black dude. Except he's a little bit blacker.
Yeah.
I mean, old school. Yeah, like old school Mike. Not
like
weird.
Mike.
Not weird. Yeah, he's like Mike in the weird way.
Halftime shows are dumb. Okay.
Not like good basketball.
It's just fucking so extravagant. It's hardly even a performance. It's more just like, look how ridiculous we can be, and look how much money we can spend in half an hour. And I'm just like, I don't give a fuck.
The worst one was with the Chili Peppers.
I don't remember.
That
I probably
was a
didn't
few
watch
years
it.
ago too, and it was so bad because you knew it was fake. It was just so fake that it was bad. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
At least like Justin Timberlake could put a performance on.
Yeah, well, it's
and that
different when it's a
performance
pop
is
star versus a rock band.
Yeah,
And that
'cause they
rock
did-
band probably has never lip synced in their life.
Yeah.
You know, Justin Timberlake probably lip syncs, a few times a year at least.
Yeah.
Like,
Black Eyed Peas. No, Black Eyed Peas. Black Eyed Peas lips. I don't know, man. They had to lip sync to like a shitty version of themselves.
you just can't believe that they're actually shitty live.
Well, like no, but I mean, like if
Not the Black Eyed Peas.
because I heard that the Super Bowl when they perform, it's always just lip syncing because they don't want to run into any technical difficulties. They just have to worry about the camera and then the audio track that they already have recorded.
Yeah.
So like, but the Black Eyed Peas were fucking terrible. So
what does
like,
that mean?
that means that they had to lip sync a terrible version. Like they had to say Fergie.
That's quite a leap, man.
No,
I don't
they had
know.
to say Fergie. You can't sing in real life. So sing shitty.
This is gonna be the realest fake you've ever seen. Like,
It's like, you know when you take like a record player and you play it backwards? So you
Sure.
take a song and play it backwards like
yeah, that's what Fergie sounds like when she talks.
Yeah, so that's what they did is they just took Fergie. They took a Black Eyed Peas song and then they just played it backwards. And that's what she lip synced to.
That makes sense.
That's I mean it was backwards, but
All
that's
right, well, that's the end of that conspiracy theory. I think if you guys have any tips on
email
whether
us.
or
We got
not-
an email. We got an email now.
Oh wow.
We got an email address. It's fun_with_s&m, and it has to be the word and because for some reason you can't put an and sign in an email address, and it's at.
It's called an ampersand, dummy.
Fuck you. I don't give a shit what it's called. Anyways, fun_with_s&m at outlook.com.
Outlook. What the fuck, Matt?
Man, we're on a budget,
1995. What the fuck?
We're on a budget.
We can't afford Gmail over here.
And you know what? Hotmail wasn't even available.
Hotmail. Jesus Christ, buddy. That's tough. I have
Yeah.
Hotmail, actually, still.
No, so do I.
Because I was a very uncreative child. I was like, Sam Laidman at hotmail.com.
I have
I'll never not
100.
need
I have
that.
107 emails. That's the same age as Janet Jackson. For some reason, 107 has been in my head for whatever reason. I said it twice, I think.
107 is the funniest number. Everybody
Yeah,
knows
but
that.
yeah. So you can email us and tell us if you think that our theories are wrong.
Yeah, I don't know what to think, but Matt 100% is committed to the fact that this is all lip synced. I don't know.
I only because I read the Chili Peppers made a post and they said that they had to lip sync, and maybe that was just, or maybe they said the same was live, but everything else was fake.
I don't know. It's
Maybe,
hard to say.
actually, maybe that's what I heard.
Listen,
Maybe I'm
Roger
misreading it.
Goodell, I know you're listening. Let us know. Let's
I
move
know.
on. Let's move on.
I
This is
know
dumb.
you're
We don't
listening.
even know enough about
I know
any
you're-
of this to really talk about it.
Oh yeah, I did. I played that clip of Andrew Schultz for you earlier,
So funny.
which was funny as fuck. So we're just gonna pretend that we're listening to it right now, and then all of a sudden we'll be like, "Oh, that was so funny!"
All right, ready?
Ready now?
Look, I love football. It is gay as fuck, okay? Clearly invented by a gay dude. Had to be. Otherwise, why wouldn't the quarterback just start with the ball? makes no difference whatsoever in the game. Only now you don't have to rip a ball out of a grown man's asshole every single down. Let's look at the rules of football, okay? These are the rules for football. The guy with the fattest ass on your team bends over. You strut up behind him, slap him on that ass so he knows you're there. You take your other hand, you rest it gently on his ball sack. And if you want some more ball sack time, you just yell some shit. Omaha! Blue 42!
Oh, that was so funny.
That was amazing.
Oh my God, what a funny joke.
That was super funny. What did you think?
Studio magic.
Yeah. Little did you know, we didn't even listen to it.
We told you.
Well, we did an hour ago.
An hour ago for a 1 minute clip. It's like, yeah, we fucked off for an hour and came back. I don't know. Okay, what else is there to talk about? Hubcap. Let's move on from football.
You want to talk about?
We
Hubcap?
don't know what the fuck we're talking about here. Let's talk about Hubcap.
All right. I'll let you.
Huh? Well, yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I'll let you talk about. I'll let you intro the idea of Hubcap, and then we'll go from there.
So, for the uninitiated, Hubcap is like it's a comedy contest. Well, I mean, it's a comedy festival, but there's a open mic contest attached to it. They use votes and judges' judgments to weighing in on it, and they said that from the beginning. But what ended up happening is the top two vote getters didn't get into the final 10. Is it final 10? Right? Yeah.
You didn't know that?
No, you didn't tell me this.
I thought Jackie knew, but
yeah. So to me, it would be fair, like, because they said it from the beginning. If somebody who was like number 8, 9, 10 in votes dropped out. But to me, that the fact that you didn't make it means that the votes didn't count for anything, and so it is a lie. Like, because people will defend it and be like, "Oh, they said from the beginning that the votes aren't everything." Yeah, but what happened in your case is the votes were nothing, and that is not what they said.
I had 211 votes, and
one guy 44 is pretty good.
One guy who made it in had 11.
Yeah, like
that much of a difference. So, like, I said, Joe, who had the most votes, submitted a video of him just telling his jokes. As fuck. It was creepy as fuck. Just telling his jokes standing in his basement. And like, to me, I understand why you could omit that one.
Yeah.
Because nobody that made the top 10 did that.
Yeah.
The top 10 was all on stage. It's hard to read someone's stage presence if you're not on a stage.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
so I could understand that. But not even just me. There was another guy who had, I think he might have been in third in votes as well, who also didn't make it, from Halifax. Really? It wasn't like I wouldn't have cared if I didn't make it, but like, how little did the audience vote matter?
Well, apparently not. If the top vote getter cannot make it, then at all. The answer is not at all.
If I had 200 votes more than a guy who made it in, then how?
And from my perspective, I mean, I only got 44, and that was not top 10 in votes. But if I knew the votes didn't count for anything, I wouldn't have fucking bothered so many people about it. I hate doing that shit. So it was all publicity.
Yeah, they gained from it. Someone did.
Hubcap.
I think that they probably got a lot of complaints because they tried to they made a post afterwards, and they were like, "Oh, well, we were having issues with videos not loading, so we decided to go primarily just on who we thought were the funniest 10."
That doesn't compute at all.
Did Shand make it?
No. Shand was in 4th or 5th with votes. She did not make it.
Yeah, so the votes meant nothing.
There was,
So how many from the top 10 actually made it?
Based on the actual top 10, based on votes, maybe half.
I would guess, yeah.
But they weren't even the top votes of the top 10.
No.
John Forward did Deluxe last No Jokes Bar Deluxe on Friday with you.
Mm-hmm.
And he introed his set bragging about how he was going to be at the Hubcap next week. He's like, only 23 people had more votes than me, but somehow I still managed to make the top 10.
Like a boss. And the bit that he's going to do.
Yeah, I'm going to go up to Montana. I'll watch the show.
Yeah. I don't know if I can make it because it's in the middle of the week, but I'll look into it. But the bit he's going to do, I can't wait.
Yeah, I want to see the show. I don't give a shit. And I had several people that reached out to me and that were surprised that I didn't make it. And Travis said that I was his his favorite to win it all.
But I would say you were most people's. I mean, just, especially in New Brunswick, where we don't know the Halifax guys as well.
You said I would be most people's, or
no? It would be in New Brunswick anyway, where we don't know the Halifax people. Yeah, you are definitely the top prospect in New Brunswick, I would think. There's as far as that list went.
I'd have Chris Hovey. I think Chris is fucking hilarious.
Yeah, and Chris is a little bit more clean than you.
Well, I had my set planned.
Did Chris make it?
No, he didn't make it.
What the fuck is going on here?
And Chris would have been probably 12th or 13th based on votes.
Chris, with all his army, didn't get...
His army's not that big. His friend list is the same as yours on Facebook.
Really? He just has good, committed friends.
He just has loyal friends.
Yeah,
but
shit.
Of the 80 people that voted for him, all 80 of them always go to shows as well, right?
Yeah.
Of the 211 people that voted for me, I didn't know 20 of them.
Yeah. I had people from my Madden, like my online Madden league voting for me. I just was in the group chat like, guys, I need this. Like, I don't know anybody. So I got people from like Dallas and shit voting for me.
Yeah, see, I had like 20 people that I wasn't even Facebook friends of. I think 2 people voted for me today, and the contest has been over for 3 days.
Yeah. I had some people do that. I had a bunch of people like the post I made telling them to go to their post. Yeah. I was like, come on.
That's another thing. I think another reason that I can understand.
It was a fucking... I think I'm going to cut you off because I think I know where you're going. What a goddamn mess. Host it yourself like every other contest does. Why do you think Facebook is now your website? Get the hell out of here. That from the get-go, I knew that wasn't going to work.
You do. You have... That's the thing, because you could just have like a poll set up sort of system on, because they have a website. It's not that they don't, but instead they post it all on the event page. And the reason they do that is because they want the publicity.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
No, I get it.
If you're just going to a website and you're liking a video, that's it. But how many people see this?
Who made it out of the people?
I didn't know
who made it out of what?
Person.
Anyone.
I'll list all the names of the top 10. I have it right here.
Yeah,
I know like half of them. So the top 10 in no particular order. Scott McLean, I think that's his name. Don't know it.
I don't know who that guy is, but he sent in a video from like 2013, and I was like, well, that's not promising.
And it was at Absolute Comedy Club in Ontario somewhere. Oh. So he's at least done that.
Well, I guess that's meaningful.
Donna Ray Gibbs, I'm pretty sure she was in Nikki Payne's comedy course in the fall. Paul Lewis was the one with 11 votes. Yeah. I love Paul. He's fucking hilarious.
Yeah, me too.
I messaged him and I was like, hey, man, I hope you win it all.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, thanks. That means a lot. And I was like, I'm just saying that because you have the least amount of votes.
Honestly.
He's like, that's fair, man. He's
so
like, I'm honestly surprised that you didn't make it.
Like, I like his satire stuff more than I like his stage stuff. Though I do think he's good on stage.
Oh, yeah, he's a brilliant writer.
He does great stuff for the Manatee. I didn't know he was on it until recently.
Yeah. I talked to him about getting some Manatee work, and he's like, yeah, just write something and then I'll put you into contact with who you just submit it to.
Yeah, he's definitely a multifaceted guy.
Kyle Barnett, he's from Halifax. He was in James Mullender's comedy boot camp the first year he did it in Nova Scotia. Travis Lindsay won. He's fucking hilarious too. He's super weird, but he's fucking hilarious.
Nice.
I think so. He's probably my favorite to win because he can go clean. Mm-hmm. John Forward.
Not the cleanest.
We know John.
We know John's going to go sabotage himself.
He could go clean if he wanted to, but...
God, no. He's going to go make a statement.
Mike Leal. Mike Leal's from Moncton. I think he's done comedy twice. I saw him the first time he ever stepped foot on stage.
Golden. Perfect. Good.
Lion Woods, another one from Nikki Payne's class. As far as I know, they've only done comedy once. Unless they've not been outside of Moncton. Because Moncton doesn't have any English.
Well, they
mics.
do now.
They got Marty, but Marty's put on one since.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Since they did Nikki Payne's course.
Okay.
So they might have done it twice, unless I don't know. No, all I'm saying, nobody's reached out to me for stage time, or you, for that matter.
Yeah.
And
nobody knows to reach out to me though.
Yeah, I guess. But some people reach out to me and they're like, "Hey, I'm looking for mic time," and I'm like, "Yeah, sure." So like. There's, you know what I mean? There's like 4 or 5 open mics in the province, and we run one, which is twice a month now.
Yeah, we run one, and we are regularly at
the other 2.
3 of them. Yeah,
or at least, or I don't know. But anyways, yeah. So I haven't heard from anyone, so I assume they haven't done it much. Richie Bell, I believe that's Simon's cousin. He's
really?
from Halifax.
Oh, cool.
He's funny. I only saw his submission video, but he's funny. He runs a room in Halifax.
I can't wait to see Simon again, man.
A weekly room in And then Brittany Campbell. And then Cannon. I don't know how to say his last name. Cunts. It looks like
gotta be Kuntz. It's gotta be Kuntz.
Maybe.
There's no way it's Kuntz.
It's Kuntz, but I just think it's funny. I just think it's funny if it's Cunts.
It's just Unts.
It's a K. It's a K, not a C.
That's actually how you say his name, though.
Anyway, so that's the top 10, and he's also funny, and like there's funny people. I'm not disputing that.
Yeah, but I'm funnier.
There's like, and I can't even argue about them. Oh, these people are new because
you were
I was
brand new.
in the same position when I made it last time. I submitted my video of me being on stage the second time ever. That was what I submitted, and only 11 people submitted it, so I almost just got in by default.
Yeah.
Now I didn't get in, and I looked at it as
That's
failure.
crazy. The numbers like tripled in a year.
But you got to think Nikki Payne had that course.
Yeah.
And then the last course that Ken did before he left, Dan, Shand, and
Chris and John.
But no, just the three of them. John wasn't in Hubcap.
Oh, okay.
Just those three right there from that.
Yeah.
You didn't submit a video last year.
No.
Travis Boyce didn't submit one last year. So that's 5 right there. Plus, I think there was 4 from Nikki Payne's class that submitted a video. And then there was a lot more people from Halifax that submitted this year that didn't last year. But, anyways, I don't care. And it was never, I had a couple people, some big name headliners from Atlantic, Canada, who reached out to me and they were just like, don't let it bother you, man.
Yeah,
nobody gives a
shouldn't.
fuck. At the end of the day, nobody gives a shit about comedy competitions.
Yeah, it would be a little logo to stick on the poster beside your face that nobody recognizes anyway.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And
That's the best thing you would have got.
I did place 3rd in it last year, so realistically I could still put that. I just couldn't say that I was the winner.
I was actually thinking about doing that for our posters. Just every single credit you have, even if you didn't win, slap it up on the fucking poster. Because, I mean...
It's just full of credits, man.
Yeah.
You got like CBC Radio 1, they mentioned my name.
Yeah.
They mentioned
I would put
my
Yuck
name.
Yucks, man. Let's just slap the Yuck Yucks logo on all of our posters.
Yeah, we've all at least done guest spots.
We're not lying. We've been to Yuck Yucks.
Oh, fuck.
So Pat's here.
Popping bottles in the club.
Popping bottles an inch from my face. That's how I like it.
He likes other things popping right in his face. Well, you want to hear something funny? Funny, completely unrelated to comedy, but kind of related to comedy because it's funny. I thought it was funny. So I work at a Chinese restaurant. For anyone that's listening to this, whoever stumbled across this, that doesn't know who we are. I work at a Chinese restaurant during the day. Anyways, one of the guys that work there is obviously Chinese. At night, I'm Batman. Yeah.
Yep.
But during the day, I go Chinese.
Fat man.
Anyways, so I work with a Chinese guy, and he listens to like this podcast or some shit to like help learn English. And it's like this white dude, and I don't know if he's white. I'm just basing it off of what I hear, but he sounds like he's a white dude and this Chinese woman, and they'll talk back and forth, and it'll go back and forth from Chinese to English. And every once in a while, there's like a half Chinese, half English sentence, just whatever. And anyways, he was teaching her different phrases on like money and like being like hard up on cash or being strapped for cash kind of thing. And there's a popular Chinese word, nigga.
Nice.
It's pronounced differently depending on what part of China you're from. But nigga is, I hear him say nigga all the time when he's talking on the phone. That's the only word I recognize for different reasons. But she used this word and then strap, so she was like nigga strapped. And I was like, I thought that was fucking hilarious. And I started laughing. And he was like, I don't know why you're laughing. And I was like, because that means something completely different in English. And then she also said, I'm tight.
Oh.
And he's like, no, that means something else. So
Well, she probably is, though.
The guy said that. Well, maybe because she's Asian.
Yeah.
I think even a loose Asian is like a tight white person. Or at the very least, a tight black person.
Only one way to find out.
Yeah. Anyways, yeah. He was trying to say I'm tight for money or I'm tight for couch, and she just said I'm tight, and he's like, no, that's something different.
Yep.
Didn't say what, but I thought that was funny.
That's fucking hilarious.
We did the first Maritime Millennial show last night.
Yeah.
What were your thoughts on that?
Well, I mean, it was fun. It was a lot of fun. It wasn't, the audience was small, and the response wasn't really even that great. But it was just fun to be up there with you guys and just hang out, man.
No, not even based on population, because what pissed me off was the fact that like 20 people showed up just as we finished.
Yeah, I know.
They all were supposed to be at the show. And of course, none of them bought tickets ahead of time.
See, this is the difference between our friends and Chris's friends. That's the vast difference.
Yeah, so not even our friends.
Well, it's Godso's friends, but I'm just saying.
Yeah, you would have went, but
drive down to St. Stephen, give us $10, watch us tell the jokes we've already told to you.
I did open on a new joke, and then I went in and did that "Oh Canada" joke, which is also very new. Mm-hmm. That's what I was. Oh yeah, that's what I was. That's something we could talk about. "Oh Canada," changing their lyrics to make it gender neutral.
Yeah.
Finally, they talked about this for what years?
It's about damn time, isn't it?
2 years, right? And
yeah. And then they waited until half an hour before my shift was over to make it official. Thanks, everybody.
Oh, so you couldn't put it in the paper?
No, we did. That's why I had to stay late to put it in.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, even though we've been talking about it for 2 years. They made it official, so it's like, oh, you gotta. It's like, fuck, damn.
So were you already at home?
No, I was at work, but I was like getting ready to leave.
And then
I had to.
Why did they make it so late? Why would they decide that so late?
It might have not been the decision. It could have just been when the fucking story came to us, but.
Okay. I was gonna say that's a weird time of the day to just like, hey, oh yeah, by the way, I know that you live in Canada and we live in Canada, but we're gonna give you this news at like midnight.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe it was just to get it out for the next morning, so everybody would have it immediately. Yeah, I'm not that butthurt. My only thought on it, like, I don't care. Like, I don't sing it. I don't listen to it. Who cares? But the thing is, it is a shot against the church in my mind, and we're doing that a lot lately, and maybe we should think about what we're doing. But at the same time, don't give a fuck. I don't care. But another thing, have you ever heard the French national anthem? Have you ever tried to translate it, though?
I know the French.
That shit is so fucked up.
I know the French one more than I know the English one, but I don't know what the words mean.
Yeah, it's very metal. I can't quite remember it. But
metal?
Metal. Like, it's metal as fuck. Like, it's like, we will kill people to defend it. Oh, and I am strong because I know how to wield a gun and how to carry the cross. That was a line. I'm like, that's metal as fuck. Like, that's very metal.
I almost want to, we should just, maybe we'll translate it word for word.
Yeah.
And then we'll read it.
Yeah, like, if you really think about it, like, there's a lot worse shit than sons, okay? Like, the first thing I would get rid of is all the God shit, or just the idea of an anthem in general. And it's an anthem that's been changed fucking every 10 years. Well, not recently, but like, it was made in the 50s, changed in the 60s, 70s, and 80s. You know what I mean? Like,
it's the same anthem I know my whole life.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was changed a long time ago, though.
It's been changed a few times before it was like officially official. And it's just one of those things. The media blows it up into something it's not. I do have concerns about it, but not the concerns that they have.
I don't care. And I did that bit on it, which turned out pretty good.
Yeah, the response was good.
Yeah, so I can't complain. I did it at Yucks, but at Yucks I hadn't really written it down. I just had that idea of where I was going with it.
Yeah.
Because I saw the news about it that morning. Mm-hmm. And I was at work pondering it. You're just making this podcast weird, Pat.
No, that's hilarious.
It was Crackville. That was definitely Crackville.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I hate your fucking roommate, dude. He's the worst.
Drugs are bad, okay? And if you don't believe me, ask your dad.
Ask your dad.
And if you don't believe him, ask your mom.
Hey, that could be the intro right there.
She'll tell you how she tells them all the time. So kids, say no to drugs. So you don't act like everyone else does.
All right, that's enough of Matt singing. Thank you very much, Matt.
Drugs are just bad.
Matt. So, Oh Canada, we got. Let's go back to the show. I mean, that was fun. We got to do some set list stuff at the end. That was fun.
Yeah, that was the best part of the show.
I think so. It was just so much fun to especially the shotgun style. We got to bring each other up, and I can't wait to do more, man. I don't care.
All you motherfuckers went short. I think I was the only one who actually hit time, and I went over because everybody went short.
Yep.
And then fucking Gonzo closed today with like 10 minutes. I was like, you motherfucker.
Yeah, I didn't understand 10 minutes.
You should have just let me close it out and I would have fucking went longer.
Yeah, well, I really wanted him to close it out because I was thinking that his friends were going to be there, and if he went last, more likely they stay.
Yeah.
Turns out that was the opposite of the situation.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I don't care about the running order and whatnot, but I was like, we got to hit 90 minutes, and we didn't hit 90 minutes with 5 comments.
I don't think people care, man. Like,
they
really?
don't, but like if you're paying though, right? And you're thinking, because like if we all did 20 minutes and we brought each other up, what's 20 and 5? That's 100 minutes.
That's 20 times 5.
That's 100 minutes right there, and we did 80.
Yeah. Well, what can you do?
Yeah,
I'll do better next time, Matt.
You get better. Well, that's what happens when only 16 people come up.
Well, that was it. I was there were certain jokes that it's like this isn't gonna work that well, and I would just I powered through a certain section, and that really shortened it. Like, yeah, it's a good idea too. We got to do a better job getting on the ground there.
Yeah, we got to actually plan shows better.
Yeah.
Or that being said, we actually do a solid job planning shows. So if you want to book us,
yeah.
You do the promoting.
Yeah, we planned the show down. Like, we got the shit nailed down to a science. What we need you to do is get people to come. So,
I reached out to a place in St. Andrews to see if they'd book us, and then they never replied. So I was like, fuck you. I don't give a shit.
I feel like we just go out, be the cheapest comedy act there is. Just whoever will take us takes us. Like, I really don't care if there's another, you know what I mean? There's like 10 people in that audience. If that's it, whatever.
Yeah, we could roll with it. It's fine.
We should obviously be trying to improve, but like, I'm just saying, if that's the worst case, I'm fine with that.
I was trying to translate the national anthem so I could see what the actual lyrics were, except I read
it in a news article. Like, people have already done it.
Just go Google direct translate French Canadian.
Well, I'll do it later. Yeah. I did it, but I accidentally took the English one and then I translated that to French. And I was like, that's not what I wanted to do. It's different. Oh, Canada, nos maisons.
Yeah. The French one is just a lot more Christian and a lot more about defending the country. It's very old school compared to what we're working with on the English one. It's neither here nor there. That's a fucking small ball issue anyway.
Yeah.
So, why did you get into comedy? What made you think that you would be good at this?
What made me think that I'd be good at it?
Well, maybe not even good. What made you want to do it, just in general?
There we go. We're switching. I did. Siri did used to do my jokes. No. So, when I first started writing jokes was like in 2011. And we have this, like, Pat's like the ghost, not the ghost writer, the ghost speaker. Like, he's just really whispering things to us. So it's like we're having a conversation with 3 people, except nobody can hear him on a mic.
Yeah, it's good. It makes us seem smarter.
We're going to just start talking. Like, I don't know what's going on right now. Who's he fucking talking to?
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Anyways, I started writing jokes. I always enjoyed writing. I started writing them when I worked at McDonald's. I'd work overnights. And I would write something that I thought was funny. And I wrote probably at one point, I had probably an hour-long set written. And I would get Siri to read it through the speakers.
Siri has incredible comic timing.
That's where I learned. That's where I learned my timing, man.
Oh, it shows.
No, I did get Siri to read it through, and I always just laughed because it was funny. But it was not funny jokes. It would just be funny things, and then
it just wouldn't be styled like a joke, like set up punchline.
Yeah, it was. I don't know, but it's like. With tears of joy, because when you put the little face with the tears,
Yeah.
the laughy face.
Yeah.
That's called Tears of Joy.
And it says it out loud
Tears
like
of
Tears
Joy.
of Joy.
With Tears of Joy.
That actually does sound fun. You should do a throwback set where you just get Siri to do it all.
With Tears of Joy. The best part, because we did that on a couple years ago, even before we got into comedy.
Projector so everyone can see it. It's just reading.
Yeah.
With Tears of Joy. And we had, it was Drake. I think Drake got into this like fight with some chick online. Or some chick's boyfriend online.
Okay.
And they kept putting the Tears of Joy face. And we were just listening to how stupid this argument was with them going back and forth. And it would just be like, Tears of Joy, sad face, and Tears of Joy, and Tears of Joy, sad face, angry face, and Tears of Joy. And you're like, I don't know what the fuck is going on right now.
So Siri's the real MVP in your whole act here.
Well, I mean, that was just... Eventually, I was just like, I should just try jokes for myself now. Before, I was just trying to think of funny things that would be funny for Siri to say. Mm-hmm. And then eventually it just... And then it was just like years of not doing that. And
Okay, but like what in your life? Like, you know what I mean? People write silly things and write jokes all the time, but like there's got to be something that directly pushed you onto the stage.
What pushed me onto this?
Yeah.
It's like if you go back deep and like when I was like 11, I got fucked by some dude. No. No, I was 12 when that happened, but no,
what do you even say to that? I'm trying to think of like a witty comeback or just anything, but
no,
there's nowhere to
go. When I was a little kid, my parents put me in French immersion. And I didn't understand everything, so I struggled tremendously in school learning. And then as I got older, I don't know if it was like ADD or ADHD or something like that, but my mind would always wander. I've never been diagnosed with anything, but my mind would always wander, and I would be maybe have to read a book for school, and it would take me like hours to read a chapter because one word would trigger my mind on this random journey. Yeah. And it confused the fuck out of me. So like unless I was truly interested and invested in something, my mind would just constantly wander. And then
I feel you on that.
So I would always have these ideas that would make my mind wander. And so when I was in school, I would write stories. I would write short stories. And it wasn't necessarily comical. It could have been any genre. Just whatever I was feeling, and I would just go with it and write it. I remember when I was in, I believe it was grade 10 English. I was one of the final projects for the class. They gave us an option of different things to do, and one of them was to write an alternate ending to Mary Shelley's Frankenstein.
Right.
So then I opted to do that, and then I got right into character, and I wrote it in that old English that she would have wrote it in and made it that dark kind of story that she had. Mm-hmm. And I got 100% on it, and my teacher told me that I should be a writer.
Nice.
And then the next year in English class,
that's what they tell the kids who aren't smart enough to do math.
Yep. Oh, I was never good at math. I was good at basic math. But the next year in English class, I was doing well, and then the teacher said something about mentioning the short story competition. And then that interested I was super interested
the bejesus out of you.
And then my Hilroy notebook, I would just write for this short story. And I never paid any attention to what was going on in that class. And
yeah.
My mark went from like in the 80s or whatever down to a fail, and I failed the class. But I wrote this like brilliant story, I thought, and I submitted it to him. And then he proofread it and whatnot, and then he suggested that I submit it to an adult competition.
Yeah, yeah.
Because it didn't really cater to. It was too dark to cater to.
And how old were you in
audience.
this?
I've been maybe 14, 15.
That's awesome.
So then that was just kind of where I knew that writing was a thing. That was the writing part of me. And then I don't know. I dated this chick in high school, and then she fucked her boss, who was twice her age.
Picked a winner there.
She was 15. She fucked a dude who was 32.
I want to time out on where you're going with this and what happened to her.
What do you mean what happened to her? She left me for her 32-year-old boss.
Yeah, but I mean, what happened after that?
She's still hot. She works at Boston Pizza, and no, she doesn't. Well, I don't know if she's still.
Is she still with the guy?
No.
Yeah, well, there you go. So fucking fuck her. Who cares?
No, I don't give a fuck.
No,
I'm
of
just
course.
saying.
I just wanted to hear what
that
happened.
was like something that I don't like you. I dated this chick, and I knew that she like had this crush on him, but like in my mind, what 32-year-old is gonna fuck a 15-year-old girl?
Yeah. That's...
Until you hit 32 and you see a 15, but she wasn't like.
She didn't look 15.
No, she
totally looked 18.
She looked 13. She's not even now,
But she
man.
fucks like a 12-year-old.
You see her now and you're like, she's attractive, but her tits are the size of a 13-year-old. No. I got my phone. No, she's a good-looking girl, but like, she wasn't like one of those chicks that looked like she was older than she was.
Yeah. So this guy's total creep.
So like, but like, you know what I mean? Like, that's why I was like, I don't give a fuck that she has a crush on him. What's this dude's not gonna fuck a 15-year-old.
And then
it happened, and then I was like, this is fucked up.
Okay, but back to the main point of the story.
What was the main part?
Well, you were saying we were talking about why you got into fucking comedy, and you said you had this girlfriend in high school.
This incident,
left you for
that incident, I think, just fucked with my head a little bit, which just
well, the whole not good enough thing, seeking validation,
which led to like your minor depression, like not like ever like super fucking depression, but it was just like the feeling like shit. And then I dated another chick after that, just I think more just to not be alone kind of thing. Yeah. And then she was no better. Like she didn't fuck a 32-year-old, but she fucked everyone else.
Fuck, man, that's no good.
So then at that point, I just kind of would just take a break, and then that's kind of it was during.
And that break continues to this day.
After that second relationship, that second chick there, where I started writing jokes, and then
because you thought that'll win her back.
No, it wasn't even about winning back. It was just I had all these fucked up thoughts in my head, and it was just
an outlet. It's that or be a serial killer. That's spot on.
So like,
thanks for the assist, Pat.
You gotta pick one or the other, and like, I
pick serial killer.
I don't have a problem being
comedy on the side.
Well, why the fuck would I be doing both then at that point? If I was picking one or the other, I feel like if I was doing...
Well, maybe that's how you get off. I don't know. Just kill someone, check their pockets for a notepad full of jokes. No jokes. Leave them on the sidewalk.
Maybe that's a good idea for a movie, man. Let's make this new
Killing. It's like killing on stage, but also killing.
There you
that's
go.
the name of the movie.
Dope.
Killing.
Dope. It's like Dexter, but better.
Dexter, but 10 times funnier.
Yeah. But anyways, so I feel like that could just kind of fuck my head up at some point, and then it's just like your odd little thing, and then at one point I felt like I had no purpose in life. I was just working at a Chinese restaurant and drinking every night. With Pat. With
our good friend Pat.
And then I was like, I gotta do something. And then I was like, I started writing jokes again. And then it kind of just went from there.
There you go. So it's all the heartbreak with Matt Keenan.
It's just heartbreak.
It all comes from heartbreak.
Just heartbreak. And there was one point I remember when I was in one of those relationships, and like most of my friends, with the exception of Pat, just kind of fucked off on me. And they would all my Hampton friends would hang out with my ex-girlfriend who fucked the 32-year-old.
Oh no.
And then I was,
because she was the cool 15-year-old.
Then I was hanging out with she's into older dudes. I mean, we're barely older. So anyways,
I'm gonna make myself impotent and see if she's into that.
So then I dated the other chick who is also just constantly just lying and fucking around and shit like that. But like I felt like my friends just kind of abandoned me. So then I was like, what do I do? And then me and Pat, I think we went through some heartbreak around the same time. And we started bonding over alcohol and anal sex.
With each other.
Well, on occasion. Mostly with other people. There's no jealousy.
With other people involved, but still the two of you are there.
Yeah, we just talked to other people.
Yeah,
Like,
in front of each other.
Homeless people?
For fun.
They're like, hey, do you got a quarter? Like, nope, but I'll give you this. And they're like, no, I don't want this. I did not ask for this. This is better than a quarter. It's a quarter.
It's 3/4 of an inch. So fucking homeless people is also how you got into this, okay?
Well, fucking homeless, that had nothing to do with comedy.
That was just for fun.
No, see, another time I got my heart broken was because it was from the homeless person, because I thought it was more.
I thought it was love.
Why do you think I shit on homeless people in my comedy, man?
Oh.
Because they broke my heart.
Man, you are just full of heartbreak.
They were like, well, they shit on me, sorry. I shit on them in the other sense.
All right, that's enough of that.
They physically shit on me.
We've gone too deep. Abort.
And then I gave them a quarter. Depending on the kind of shit.
A quarter of your dick.
The money increased based on that.
All right, well, that was thoroughly disgusting.
Anyways.
Good job.
So that's the point, man. You gotta just see how far you can take it until it's not funny anymore.
Absolutely. I found that line this weekend.
All right, so that's it. And then the comedy was just comedy.
So really, like, it all boils down to heartbreak. Like, a lot of it.
I mean, another thing,
and loneliness.
I was always terrified of public speaking, and I would, my parents made me read in church, so I'd always go up in church and I had to read.
Yeah.
And I fucking hated doing it. And everyone's like, oh, you're a good public speaker. I was like, you're a fucking liar. This is church. You're going to hell.
Yeah.
You piece of shit.
See, I used to get the same thing. I didn't think I was good, but I won a competition once in middle school or some shit, and it was like I would be up there, just the volume would shoot up through the roof, my face would get all red and fucking, you know what I mean, just pure signs of embarrassment. Yeah. And everybody would be like, that was so good. I'm like, I don't think that's good. But I was in the same boat where it's like,
I don't know if it actually was good, but like I was just like, I do have some experience public speaking.
Yeah. It might have just been the writing coming through for both of us. It might have just been the writing coming through. Because I think to this day, both of us are pretty bad at public speaking, considering what we do.
Well, yeah, in that sense. But like, what do you mean by writing coming through for our comedy?
No, I mean,
because when I read at church, I read from the Bible, which I did not.
Early days.
I did not. Even the books of Matthew, I did not write. I just read passages from the Bible.
Maybe I'm just talking about me then.
I do not. I am a better writer than that. There's some things in the Bible.
You're a better writer than Matthew?
In the Bible, yeah. The Bible, Matthew.
I don't think so.
I do.
All right.
Or at least the same.
I'll let that one slide.
We are one and the same. His is a little dated, I'll be honest.
Who?
Matthew from the Bible.
Oh, yeah, fucking. That's old school.
Old-timey, man.
I'm more of an L. Ron Hubbard guy. Now, that guy has some chops.
Oh fuck! What were we even talking about, man?
I don't know, I think we pretty much wrapped up why you started comedy.
So what do we want to talk about then?
Why did I start comedy? Fucking selfish prick.
Well, I didn't know if we were going to save that for another episode so the people will listen to the next one.
No, we're doubling down. No, I actually did not think about it. I was so focused on what you were saying.
So are we talking about you then, or are we?
How far into this are we?
53.
Oh man, I could go for 2 days. Let's save it.
Let's save it for 2 days from now.
That's not what I meant.
There was we got I got an email. I got an email on the actual email address. And
wow.
They said that there was confusion with our title. And that they came to listen to it for a different reason. But then I thought it was funny, so continued to listen.
You're kidding me.
So what I wanted to say is that S&M does not stand for what you think it stands for, if that's what you came to listen to it for. It stands for, it's fun with sodomy and midgets. That's what it actually stands for.
Yeah. Duh. What does S&M stand for?
Well, I don't know. I know that's what it stands for us. I think that they thought it was... They thought it was your other S&M. They were there to jerk off or something.
Jerking off to a podcast. That's next level.
They might have still jerked off, but like...
Just less.
But they also laughed. They also laughed, so that was cool. And what... I don't even know where I'm going with that. But yeah,
I'm glad they care.
I just randomly thought of that, so I thought I'd mention it. We have covered most of what was suggested that mattered, but Fox Does Cocktails, so we should talk about the Oscars.
The Oscars?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't watch that shit.
I don't know what to talk about with the Oscars.
Yeah, I don't know anything about the Oscars. I don't know anything about movies in general.
Well, I know Get Out is nominated for Best Picture.
Never seen it.
And I think that it was just like 2 years ago, and they were complaining about like Black Lives Matter at the Oscars, and they were complaining about how Hollywood's racist or something like that. The Academy's racist.
Yeah.
And now I think with this Me Too movement, they're like, what are we gonna do? How are we gonna deal with this? There's a lot of people that are getting in shit because of like sexual harassment and stuff like that, and they were like, let's just nominate Me Too for an Oscar, and they're like, I don't know how that solves anything.
Did that actually happen?
Did I say Me Too?
Yeah.
I meant to say Get Out.
But that's not.
Let's just nominate.
That's not like a feminist thing.
I know, and then they were like, I don't know what this is accomplishing, and they're like, okay, they think that we're all predators, but at least we're not racist predators now. We'll eliminate the racist
Slight
thing.
improvement.
It's a slight improvement. So now Get Out gets a nomination, even though it probably won't win. At least
did the Oscars not happen?
No. They don't happen until like March.
Oh, I don't know.
But Jimmy Kimmel's...
I don't give a single fuck about any of that.
Jimmy Kimmel's
it's so
hosting.
off my radar, man.
Jimmy Kimmel's hosting, and Get Out got a nomination. That's all I know about the Oscars.
I'll take Kimmel over Fallon, but still.
That and all the perverts. That's all I know. It was like, what's the
Weinsteins? I always say it wrong. It's the Weinsteins. Yeah, I did last time. I know I did. But Weinsteins, because I was listening to that shit. But that's a brother team.
Yeah, I know.
So what about the other Weinstein? What happened to him? I wonder. The other Weinstein.
No, they don't.
Dude changes his name, same spelling, but I'm Weinstein now.
Berenstain Bears, whatever the fuck it is.
Yeah.
I guess it's people.
Isn't that weird though?
EIN or AIN.
No, it was always like a brother team. They always work together, and then one of them gets in deep shit, and nobody talks about what the other one's up to. I'm very interested.
He probably lost his job too. They were like, "No, you're guilty by association."
Yeah, exactly. Well, that's
fuck. If I'm guilty by association, I might as well fuck them anyway.
Yeah,
that's my thoughts. Like,
I think that's where like the far not even the far right, because those people are like political, but like the 4chan troll types. That's where their head is at right now. It's like, well, if I'm a piece of shit, if you're gonna call me a piece of shit, I may as well be a piece of shit.
Popping Coors Light cans.
Coors Light. Thanks for selling me out.
Fucking with a can of water, except more carbs and it tastes like shit.
Water. I like the taste of Coors. I can't get drunk off it, but I like the taste.
Coors is my least favorite. Anyways, yeah, I don't even know how we got onto that topic again. Oh, what was the TV show? What's the award show? The TV one.
Emmys.
Yeah, the Emmys. I thought it was funny. I was just thinking of this the other day, but like, best actor at the Emmys, there was the nominees were Aziz Ansari. Is it Jeff Tremblay?
I don't know.
He played that transgender girl on that TV show. I don't know what it's called.
You're talking to the wrong guy about this.
Like Michael Bublé?
Michael Bublé.
Is Michael Bublé transgendered?
No, I don't know why.
It kind of rhymes with the last name.
Tremblay and Bublé do not rhyme.
Yes, they do.
Eminem.
It's just not important.
In an Eminem way, I guess they could if you were like Tremblay, Bublé, but it's just the A part, I guess.
That's how rhymes work, Matt.
I don't just rhyme though. I'm sorry, but I like a rhyme when it's just more than the A.
Every
sound.
syllable has to line.
Not
up.
every syllable, but more than just A.
Matt's a fucking Puritan here. He's a rap purist.
My favorite letter is E because I'm cocky. That just sounds dumb.
Well, yeah, it does, but it's still a rhyme.
It
doesn't mean it's smart, but it is a rhyme.
Tremblay, Bublé, whatever.
This is the stupidest fucking road we've been down. We've done about 3 hours of this shit, and that was the dumbest thing we've said.
No, you fucked it up. You said fucking
you,
Bublé.
Pat.
You got me off
Way to
topic.
ruin this thing.
We got the fucking ghost man talking about Michael Bublé.
For no fucking reason. Actually, you ever see SNL Ham and Bubbly?
No.
You know John Hamm from Mad Men?
And Michael Bublé?
And Michael Bublé. they have, it's the silliest fucking SNL skit I've ever seen. But Michael Bublé is trapped, and he's singing this song. He's like, remember that time you came up to me at the party and you said I got a great idea for a business, and you had this dead-eyed look in your face, and I was very scared, but I didn't know what to say. And it's like an advertisement for this restaurant. He's like, ham and bubbly. And it's ham and champagne, and that's the only thing on the menu. And the whole thing is John?
Yeah, John Hamm.
John Hamm has Michael Bublé trapped as the performer at this ham and champagne restaurant for the rest of his life, and he's trying to escape, and it's so fucking funny. It's a classic. You gotta check that out. But it's fucking paying off, man. I really like it. Like, it's a hit or miss show, but there's a lot of fucking gems in there. And if you go online and find which ones are the best, there's a lot of good shit. Like, even from the 70s and 80s when I wasn't even aware of what was happening back then.
Well, that's because you weren't alive.
No, I know. But I mean, like, it's very culturally relevant show, right?
Yeah.
Even I don't understand what they're talking about it some of the time, but it's still funny.
Yeah.
It's really good.
Anyways, what I was saying, for Best Actor for the Emmys, back in the fall, I just thought it was funny now looking back at it because the nominees were Aziz Ansari, that Tremblay guy, Michael Bublé, Tremblay guy.
I forgot how we got down that road.
And then there was William H. Macy, Anthony Anderson, and Zach Galifianakis.
Are you going to tell me that Zach is a rapist too?
No, Zach's not a rapist, but it was for Baskets, which Louis was the co-creator of.
Yeah.
Aziz Ansari got into some shit.
Yeah.
And then also that Jeff Tremblay guy, where the fuck his name is, also got into some shit.
Yeah.
So like 3 of like the 5 nominees all have some kind of tie to like a sexual predator in quotation marks in Hollywood.
See, it's such a weird thing because, of course, I would say most of them are sexual predators. But, like, when you're famous, you also have people hanging all over you doing whatever you want them to do. How do you know that you're doing the wrong thing if nobody's willing to tell you that you're doing the wrong thing?
Fuck the fans, man. That's what you have to do.
Fuck the fans. Fucking...
I don't mean fuck them. I mean literally have sex with the fans. The fans are the ones that are going to want to say,
you know what I think is extra weird
person.
about all this? All those 60s rock bands, especially the Stones, explicitly in their lyrics talk about fucking underage girls. I know you're just 14 years old, but I don't want your ID. Fucking the Rolling Stones, Stray Cat Blues. That's a real song lyric on a #1 in the world song. Nobody's going after them because they fuck groupies. Fuck groupies, not other famous people. That's the moral.
That is the moral, because at the end of the day, that's where the coercion and shit like that comes into play, because you're in the same line of work. But when they're a fan and they admire what you do and they're like, I just want to say that I fucked a famous person.
Yeah, trophy fucking. But even then it can backfire. Like, you don't know what's going to fuck you up.
Yeah, but I think that you have to let them throw themselves on you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, don't throw yourself at them.
Don't just assume that because you're famous that people want to fuck you.
Yeah.
If they throw themselves at you, then fuck them.
What's the point in getting famous?
Wow. What's the deal with lampshades?
Kill me now.
The whole point of me getting famous is not so that I can fuck people. It's I got nothing yet.
You're not famous.
No, but if I got famous,
yeah,
it wouldn't be to fuck people.
The only reason I would want to be famous is to keep doing comedy forever. Like, if that is the consequence of doing comedy forever, then so be it.
I don't even want to get famous. I would like to be like Doug Stanhope.
Doug Stanhope?
He's famous.
Yeah, that's
in
famous.
Comedy, but like nobody knows who he is if they're not into comedy.
Sure.
Where like Louis C.K., people wouldn't know that name, or like Kevin Hart and Dave Chappelle.
Yeah,
these are like names. Anyone who has some form of tie to like TV.
Yeah, so it's more like you don't want to be a mainstream celebrity, because I think Stanhope's famous just in a different way.
Just like Dave Attell. And like
Attell. Could you imagine all the dark, fucked up shit that Dave Attell has done?
Yeah.
That nobody talks about because he's not super famous. He's just regular famous.
He's just comedy famous.
Yeah, comedy famous.
Yeah.
Could you imagine, though? He's a fucked up guy. I bet you.
I don't know if he's this fucked up now, but...
He was.
He's not drinking anymore, I don't think.
Yeah. But still, I mean, his whole thing is I go to the club and then I stay out till fucking 4 or 5 in the morning and God knows what I'm up to.
Oh, yeah. That's true. But no, you know what I mean? But that kind of level of, like, where, like, you're making a solid living. Because it's not about millions. If you make it comfortable.
I wouldn't know what to do with that much money.
If I made $50,000 a year just doing comedy, dude, that's fucking more than what I'm making now. And you get to travel and do comedy.
Exactly. That's the thing. I just want to keep busy. I want to travel further. I want to do more shows. The money is really secondary to that.
As long as you're covering those expenses.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And I get expenses beyond fucking regular expenses. There's things in my life that I need to fucking take care of. Like my mouth is fucking falling apart. I got a lot of fucking surgery that's got to come up on that. I don't have a car. I don't have a home. I mean, I rent, obviously, but, like, you know, once you've made it. No, but I mean, like, if you've really made it, if you're really stable in life, you own your house.
I'm homeless. I sleep in a ditch.
Well, fuck, I move every fucking 2 or 3 months. Like, I don't have, you know what I mean? There's no
whatever. There's nothing wrong.
Steadiness.
There's nothing wrong with that right now, though.
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm not complaining about that. I'm just saying if I really made it, I would have a steady place to live.
But, like, well, yeah, if you made it to that extent. Yeah. But there's just
or also, at all.
There's also that sort of thing of where, like, oh, you know what? I want to move to this city now and not have to worry about selling your place. Yeah. You're just like, all right, I'll just rent somewhere else. You got a thing for pistachios.
I'm a big fan.
Pistachios. You just have a thing for nuts, I think. Oh!
Oh! With the funny jokes.
Oh, you know how it is, man. You know how it is. Yeah, no, I just think, like, you know what I mean? Like, travel the world and tell jokes and just make a solid living, and I would be cool with that. I would fucking I don't even give a fuck if I had a house here at home. This is home base. But you wouldn't be able to get out and gig enough.
Yeah, exactly. I wouldn't want a house here.
Yeah, you need somewhere where you're, like, close enough to a scene where you can get it. It doesn't have to be. You could be, like, in Bisbee, Arizona.
Hell yeah, man.
Or
that's, like, the dream.
Ohio or somewhere in Ohio.
I love that about Stanhope, though. Fucking moves to a town where there's no comedy scene. He's just like, well, I guess we should start doing open mics. It's like,
yeah.
Fuck. You're like a top tier comic, and you're just like, well, I guess I have to host an open mic at the cafe in Bisbee. I guess. I guess you do, Doug. Fuck, I love him, man. He's got to be. He's probably not. I don't think he's. He doesn't make me laugh the most, but he is probably my favorite. You know what I mean? He's just so relatable. Like, I just get it.
He's the most prolific in the game.
Hell yeah. Well, aside from Louis.
Even Louis, though, I think he still turns over just as much material.
I don't think so. Doug's more every year or two, where Louis is consistently every fucking year.
No, Louis, since like 2012, it's only been like every other year.
Oh, really?
Yeah, man. Something like that. Comedy Store was in 2015, and then it was in 2017. And then
yeah, I guess you're right. I'm just so used to everybody saying that I just go with it.
Because he was it was like 2008, 2009, 2010, 2011, 2012. Yeah. And then it was like 2000, or maybe, then I don't know. I'm going to look it up real quick.
Yeah.
But like, stand-up still puts out quite a bit.
Well, this year he put out No Place Like Home, and he did the Comedians, where he did, I think he only did like 20 minutes, but still, he burned 20 minutes opening that show up. So he put out more than one special this year. God love him. God love him.
And he had the book. He wrote a book this year, too.
Yeah. I haven't read any of his books yet. You know whose book blew my fucking mind was Norm Macdonald.
I have it. I have it, but I haven't read it. And I also have Stanhope's old book, too, that I haven't read, too. Digging Mom Up or whatever. Digging Up Mother or Digging Up Mom. Louis right here. Hilarious. Once he did Hilarious in 2010, then it was Hilarious. 2010, 2011 was Live at the Beacon Theater. 2012 was Carnegie Hall. 2013 was Oh My God, and then Comedy Store was 2015. But then he also did Live at Madison Square Garden audio in 2015. So he had 2 out. I don't know if I'd listened to that one.
I wonder if that's a different set, though. Might be the same material.
Yeah, maybe. And 2017. In 2017.
Okay, so he definitely slowed down.
But
still, though, every other year is still pretty goddamn impressive.
Yeah, because I guess he also had like One Night Stand was in 2006, Shameless was 2007, Chewed Up was 2008, then Hilarious 2010, and then so it was like still 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 7.
And you got to think he also had his show. Well, he's had 2 different shows, 3 different shows now, as well.
Oh yeah, he's super busy with that shit, and when you factor in all that stuff, yeah, he is also super fucking prolific. Yeah. But yeah, Stanhope is still right up there.
Yeah. What a baller. All right, what else do we want to talk about? This is going nowhere. Where do you want to go next with the Millennials tour? That's just something that I personally want to know.
What do you mean by like next? Like where do I want to perform?
Ideally, where would the next stop be?
Not so much wherever will allow us. There's
good answer.
There's like you know what I mean. I would like to perform. I don't care if it's in shitty dive bars all around the Maritimes, and then be able to go do that again, but get a little bit bigger of a venue. You know what I mean? Where you hope that you can
just do laps around the province, building it up.
And when you're only doing 20 minutes, you're not doing a crazy amount of material.
No, exactly. Yeah,
so you're able to do.
That's interesting because we could just keep this going like forever if you think of it that way. Like, can you not come up with a new 20 minutes every, I don't know, 6 to 8 months? Pretty sure.
Should be able to.
Like at max, that would be how long it would be between going to the same city.
Yeah. I don't know. That's my thoughts.
Yeah.
And like,
what do you think of Young Bucks? I think it would just work better with the older fucking rural crowd. I think the word millennials turns people off. Some people. It would turn me off. Yeah, it might come off as a strip club. I mean, if anybody saw Godso and I on a poster and they thought it was a strip club thing, it would sell better.
You guys, you look like young bucks in the sense of like you look like bucks.
I think we're more like a cow or a bull, I guess. Whatever. Young bulls.
Oh,
young bears.
Yeah, you and Godso for sure could sell the strip club.
What a good idea.
Did you was it you or was it Ben? Who was it that said something about the comics look like the evolution chart?
Oh, I can't remember who said it now. That was at the end, right? When we were doing that improv stuff, somebody came up with that.
So maybe it was Ben.
I'm not sure.
But I was looking at, you saw the poster that I did up that just had, it was that thin, it was just...
Yeah, the like slivers of our faces.
Yeah. And I looked at it, I was like, man, we could, if we layered this out, it would be like me with the baby face. And then I turned into Ben, I got the little bit of the scruff starting to go bald. And then Travis, who's pretty much bald. And then you, who's just starting
Me and Godso, we would be like a separate species on a whole different evolution.
You're the stage of like, oh fuck, what's really happening? You're morphing into a fat sack of shit.
Yeah,
and then all of a sudden,
the real evolution chart. You know, it ends
you lose
with
your
like
height.
an athletic, like a healthy looking man. If you continue that on, it's me and Godso. It's the evolution.
Like it hits your stage, and then all of a sudden it just
the back gives out, just shrink.
Oh fuck. What were we talking about?
The tour.
The maritime.
Let's close it on this. What do we got going on?
We got that the joke writing, whatever you want to call that. What do we call it? Showcase contest, something.
I have no idea the name of it. I just call it the joke writing contest.
Yeah, I had showcase on the actual poster, but it's more of like a contest. But that's on Sunday. You got you versus Godso, me versus Splude. What do you guys? What's your topic again?
Our first one, me and Godso are doing women and minorities, so that should be easy fodder.
And then me and Splude are doing shopping on Senior's Day.
Yeah.
Which I think I've got probably 5 to 7 minutes on that now.
Really?
Just
I
have
haven't
to
even
run through
started.
it. I have to run through it because we also got to write on the other topic too.
Yeah, what's the finale topic? I don't even remember.
Women who are into guys with small dicks or something like that.
Yeah. See, like, I feel like I could write a 1-minute bit about these, like, no problem. But to go 5 minutes on, I don't know. I'm lucky that mine is way more open-ended than yours. Like, I could really go anywhere with it.
I almost just turned mine into a story of me walking into a grocery store unaware that shopping on Senior's Day was a thing.
Oh, nice.
And then it's just little jokes that all have to do with my experience in the grocery store during that day.
That's a good idea.
So that was how I figured I could tie it all together, sort of thing. So then it's like still joke, but that's how it's tied together. So I'm hoping that'll turn out. It's still dark and morbid, but also comical and silly.
Yeah.
But classic Matt Keenan.
Yeah, it's like old school meets new school.
Yeah.
You turned into a real piece of shit over the past year, Matt. What happened?
Oh fuck. Yeah. So I think I don't know. I'm gonna have fun with that. I just have to drill it into my head and then also write on the other topic.
Who do we got opening for that?
Oh Jesus! I know Rudy Windsor.
Rudy.
He's got a spot if he shows up.
Yeah.
Mark Harna has a spot if he shows up.
This is sounding not that promising the way you're talking.
Who else is on? Tyson Ardo if he shows up.
This is a really strange beginning to this show.
And Drake Tobias is hosting.
Okay, that's good. I mean, not that any of these guys are bad, but this is just some of the strangest people we have, and they're all starting.
Yeah. I don't remember if there's anyone else on the. I feel like there was.
We should probably add 1 or 2 more.
I think there was 4 plus Drake, maybe, or that's what I want to say. Mm-hmm. And then, but I figure, you know what I mean. Then me and Mark battle 5 to 7 each. Then you and Godso battle 5 to 7 each, and then the winners right after that battle with the next topic. So that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, another 6 5 to 7 minute sets right there, just between the contests.
Right. Yeah.
So
that's true. I didn't think of that. I saw
that's
each
why I was
round
like, there's only 4 people, but then you're like, I guess it's
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Because you also have to get. How are we judging it? That's what we got to figure out.
I think we got to go by noise, by audience noise. I mean, unless we want to bring in some judges, but I just feel like it's a little late to be asking people that. And
we'll have to do. I mean, we could even if we wanted to have like the audience. Do we hand out paper and get them to write the name of who they thought was the funniest?
I feel like the applause meter is just as good.
Do that. Yeah, we could do that. And then, we'll just do that. And then the winners will go on and do the small dick one. And then,
I honestly, I prefer judges, but only if it's people that I know comedy really well and they want to do a good job.
Yeah,
and they can't
I wouldn't
want it to
be
be a last minute thing.
Yeah, so that's on Sunday, 8 p.m. McGill's. Please come out. Free show, but we do take donations. But come watch us, because this material is shit that we've never said before.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even care if you bring money. Just buy a drink. Keep McGill's happy and keep us getting better starting times.
As long as you come and you get a drink or two, then I don't care about money. Yeah, as long as McGill's is like, oh, we don't want you. You know what I mean? As long as you're not like, oh, we don't want you here because nobody's ever drinking. So come party.
Come party with us on a Sunday night, 8 p.m.
You know how it is.
The best time to party. All right, what else have we got? We got Splude's show coming up there at the Arts Center.
Yes, Mark Splude headlining the St. John Arts Center. The venue seats, they told me after I did my show. When I did my show there, they said, oh, probably 40 to 45. And then they messaged me yesterday. They're like, oh, we just realized that we could sit probably 60 people.
So nobody even counted.
And I was like, what the fuck? I was like, I figured that out. I figured that out after I did the show, but I didn't really care because I just wanted to use the downstairs anyway.
Yeah.
But they got the balcony up there. Mm-hmm. So you can sit people up there as well.
That's so strange, a balcony for 15 people. Like, what a small... It's just such a small room to even need a balcony.
Yeah.
Weird.
But buy tickets. You can... Find me on Facebook, Matt Keenan, or Matt Keenan Comedy, or you can go to Splude at sjarts.eventbrite.ca or com, but both takes you there.
Splude at?
The word at.
Oh, okay. I was thinking like because I thought it was going to be an email.
Oh,
when you said at, it set me off like
okay,
email.
sorry, Splude.
The word at.
Okay.
Okay, I got you.
SPLUDEATSJARTS .eventbrite.ca or .com, whichever you prefer. That'll take you to the link. Tickets are $15, 2 for $25. If you're a local comic and you're listening to this and you want to go, I do got a comic discount. We can settle up in sexual favors, or I can give you the code and you can just use that, whatever you're into. I don't want you to feel pressured. Whatever.
That's exactly what you have to say.
Yeah, I don't want you to get the wrong idea. I'm just saying that I'll take payment in more than just cash.
And donuts.
And truthfully, you don't even have to be a comic for that.
No. If anybody wants to suck Matt's dick, he'll get you into the show.
Basically, it's
you might have to share his seat.
But that discount is applicable to basically non-family.
Okay. So you're too good. You're too good for mom now. All of a sudden, all right.
I hope my mom listens to this. If not, I'll tag her in it. Just joking. I won't.
I don't want to hurt her feelings.
Anyway, I think. Do we got anything else we want to talk about?
I got a show with Shane St. Patty's Day also at the St. John Arts Center.
Oh, you do? That's in.
We're gonna have green beer.
Do you mean green like moose green or just green?
It's gonna be with green food coloring in it. Yeah, that's the one.
Nice.
I don't know the price on that one, but it's March 17th, obviously.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah. It's.
Oh, and that's with Chris Hovey and Prajina. Yeah. So that's a great lineup.
Yes. So go to that show as well, and then just your typical McGill shows and our bar shows or anything. Follow me on Facebook. You can do that. Matt Keenan Comedy or Matt Keenan Comedian or just Matt Keenan. Find me, whatever. I try and post everything that I'm doing. So we got that, and then is there anything else? Anything else we got coming up that's important?
I should just add, don't follow me. I'm really rude, and I don't like other people's opinions. So if you want to know what I'm doing, just follow Matt, and I'll get him to post what I'm doing. Yeah.
You just follow me, and you can say, hey, what's Sam doing? And I'm like, what the fuck?
Just direct message him on Twitter. What's Sam up to? Damn it, I thought I had fan mail.
You can also... I got Instagram too. That's Real Fake Matt K on Instagram and on Twitter. And if you're in New Brunswick and you want to listen to more comedy, there's the New Brunswick Comedy on Facebook, which is I think NB Comedy 506 on. Or that's not on Facebook.
Actually,
that's
a great place to follow me as well. You can follow me. It's at Slademan or Sam Lade Person on Facebook.
Yeah. Anyway, so if you like comedy, if you want to follow us, also. Actually, I'm just thinking of this right now, and I didn't even mention anything to you, Sam. But I got a message from Chris Hovey today suggesting a potential idea for Laughter Dark for another one of those fancy shows.
What's that?
Where we attempt to do other people's material.
That could be really funny, but also it could be like the most mean-spirited thing ever.
But he's like, I was like, well, we'd have to find people that are interested in it. And he said it would be cool if it was people whose styles were not similar at all. Yeah. So you're basically trying to do an impression of them doing
I want to go
material.
up and I want to try and be Drake. That would be so much fun. Just be this big, loud, goofy guy with no real punchlines.
Yeah. I could do Tyson and just try and do like Carrot Top fucking drop comedy.
Oh man, I haven't seen him on stage in a while.
I haven't seen him since the fall, I think. But yeah, I don't know. So Chris suggested that. So if you think that's a cool idea, let us know. If you have any questions that you want us to answer, any ridiculous topics you want us to talk about, fucking email us. I said the email earlier, which is fun_with_s and m@outlook.com because we're professional like that. Mm-hmm. So send us an email. We will do whatever you want us to do. If you want us to roll down the hill naked on audio.
On audio. I'll just carry a voice recorder in my pocket, and you guys can hear the muffled fucking... And that'll be it.
There we go. Sam already did it.
Yeah, that was me rolling down a hill.
Yeah, suggest anything, whatever you want, and we'll try to accommodate it, because that's the easiest way for us to do a podcast is to not have to do the work ourselves.
I don't have any ideas.
Our ideas are garbage.
Hey, Matt, where do you get your ideas from?
The internet.
Oh, okay. Good answer. All right, let's wrap this up. I gotta piss again.
Later.